Then you should be welcome to the 225th episode of Podcast Juventus Club Svezia, and this time I have Rino Zaurrini from the Calcio with Rino Z podcast. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on here.
Yes, and it's the second guest from my podcast from Vancouver. I have Alberto from the AJC podcast, and now it's your turn to be a guest on this podcast.
Join.
Yeah.
Yes, it's funny. I usually do lives with Alberto, and pretty much he lives like 3 hours away from where I am. We're still in BC, but he's like close to the other, well, he's at the other side, which I met him once in person. So but he's a good guy. I like Alberto. He's awesome. So
yeah, and I saw I do more of international episodes now. I did over 200 Swedish episodes, and then I turned to a more international guests, and I saw your content on Instagram and then on your YouTube, and you are talking about the calcio in general, but specifically Juventus. So the first question with a new guest, why Juventus for you?
Why Juventus for me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Juventus fan, of course. I've been a Juventus fan since 1995, 96. I know everybody asks the question, Calcio with Rino Z, what is the whole purpose?
Yeah.
Funny enough, when I started the YouTube 2 years ago, I first started as Soccer Forever, Per Sempre Calcio. I always want to talk about calcio in general. I wanted to do like an English-Italian, but that didn't kind of work because the name was too long and it was too hard to do, in one shot English and Italian. So thanks to Alberto, he gave me a suggestion to do Calcio with Rino Z. It was a good option because since I changed the name, it got pretty much better. Then people always ask this question, why Calcio with Rino Z? You always talk about Juventus. Well, this is the whole purpose how I look at Calcio. Of course, I'm going to talk about Juventus. I like to talk about other teams as well. Then I like to put banter, of course, of our rivalries.
Yeah.
That's not going to change. So, but that's why I started with YouTube, talking about my love for Juventus, then talk about culture in general. So why not? Especially with the Euros, I'm trying to talk about other teams as well when I have a chance. So it's hard to talk about all the other teams. That's why I put more stuff on my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. So yeah, and plus I always it's not just Juventus guests. I have guests like Into Worldwide comes to my show once in a while. Galeto Rossonero comes. So I like to have other guests as well talk about culture. As long as there's respect, which they respect me, I respect them, and we move on.
Yeah, exactly. And talking about your name, are you born in Canada or are you born in Italy?
I was born in Canada, at Vancouver, BC. But at the age of 9, my parents decided to move back in Italy because my parents are from Abruzzo, Celano. It's my town. It's like an hour from Roma. So I lived in Italy for 14 years. Then I came back here 15 years ago, age 23. Now it's been 15 years now that I'm here. So
yeah, you have a great Italian heritage then.
Yes, I know people don't believe that I was born in Vancouver. Like I retain myself Italian with all the respect, my fellow Canadians. But yes, I was born until the age of 9. Then people ask me the question, which is funny. Speaking about Juventus, my mom, my brothers are all Milanisti. I'm the only Juventino in the family.
Oh.
But I first started liking the Azzurri. Then I started liking Juventus because of Vialli, Del Piero, which is born the same day as me, Roberto Baggio that time. Then, of course, Ravanelli. Then moving on the following years, I liked more Juventus than Milan, which I always get along with my mom because my mom is very sportive. So we never had beef.
Yeah, that's great.
So, yeah, that's my story.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. I want to close the former season now. What do you think about the kicking off Massimiliano Allegri and the Coppa Italia final that went?
Well, with Massimiliano Allegri, I'm pretty sure most of my followers know I'm not really a big fan because of his last 3 years. I always wanted him back. Well, I was happy when he came back, but then I wasn't happy of his choices. And, then these last 3 years, let's be honest, we lose one of the worst Champions League ever with Maccabi Haifa. Year after year, he's always finding excuses. But to close it up with the Coppa Italia, one hand I was happy what he did against FGG because we cannot deny what he did for Juventus even last year when he went against the FGG, tried to protect us. And what he did, that gesture, that was beautiful. But at the second hand, I wasn't really happy what he did with Giuntoli, the director from Tutto Sport, because let's all face it, I've been saying it for months, even in my videos. Giuntoli did not want to do Mercato with Allegri. Allegri wasn't really happy about this. So then at the end, we find out what it came down to it. But at the same time, I respect what Allegri did. He did not go through lawyers whatsoever, so they keep in good terms. And wish him all the best. Like, nobody denies what he did in those 5 years with Juve. I always thinks to Conte, because if it wasn't the team that Conte had, because Allegri is a manager. He's not like a coach like Conte can build the team, which is not easy to be a manager because you have to know how to manage the top players. But it is what it is. Wish him all the best. And for me, I hope I don't see him back to Juve. So let's move on.
Yeah, all the credits to what Allegri done for the first 5 years, but he did a good job at the 3 years now too. But it was time for a change, and we're going to have Thiago Motta for 3 seasons now. What do you think about him?
Well, for me, Thiago Motta, I know a lot of people don't like it because they say he's an interista whatsoever, but I was happy the idea of having him as a coach. Like, my dream is always a Klopp and Zidane, but to have these kind of coaches, if Mr. John Elkann doesn't like spend money, it's going to be a dream. But if they start off with the approach with Thiago Motta, even what he did with Bologna, I was pretty surprised that we all know he was an Inter player, he was a PSG player, he win titles, and his style playing with Bologna, it pretty got to me. But now we've seen with the Mercato, Giuntoli is cooking right now. He's bringing the players that he wants. So I hope they let him do the work. Let's hope we don't see like Sarri, Pirlo, or Manfredi back in the day. Let's let him do his job and then move on. And all I want to see is my team winning again, playing calcio, no more catenaccio, the Cortomuso BS. And what I really want to see, because my priority is always Champions League, to see them compete good in Champions League. Because if we can see Napoli, Atalanta playing good in Europa, like what happened with Atalanta, then last year Napoli, they had a good performance in the Champions League. I'm pretty sure we can do it too. So it's going to take time, but let's hope we can do the better eventually in the future and moving on. Of course, next season, I want to see some beautiful action. Always, calma, and let's let the magic of Juventus go on, moving on. The fino alla fine motto.
Yeah, and I'm talking about get back to the winning ways. We are now 4 years without the Scudetto after 9 years of winning the Scudetto. What time do you give to the new management to build a winning team again, and how are the patience for another title in Syria?
Patience. Well, we all want to win as soon as possible, but for me, As long as we fight for it, I'll be more than happy. Even if we try, then we be second. That's fine. At least we try. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to end up like what happened last year. Then we were close to be competing with Inter, then we went backwards.
Yeah.
But as long as we compete, we do our best, I'm fine. Then if we win the Supercoppa, Coppa Italia, which for me, it's not really big coppas, that's fine. But of course, if we can try, at least fight for it, I'll be more than happy. It's going to be tough because we got to see the other competitions as well. Because, it seems like it's getting competitive. We got Conte with Napoli, we have to wait and see. But I think if they let him do the work, not that Giuntoli has his partners and let Motta does his job, I think we'll be good. So to go.
Yeah, and talking about the Calcio Mercato, we see a much different midfield this time. If we take the last season, we got lost of Pogba for the whole season, and now he's going away, and we see Fagioli the last 2 games of the last season. Now we see a midfield is building up with Douglas Luiz and maybe Cope Miners and Kefren Turam. What do you say about that?
Yes. Oh, like I said at the beginning, we are doing some good moves, and the Mercado is not starting, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
With Douglas Luiz, I don't follow Premier League whatsoever, but hearing from people, then what I see with now with the Supercoppa, the Copa America, then his highlights, I'm pretty sure he will do good. Then the thing with Kefren Turam, I'll be happy. As long as they're trying to get rid of Rabiot, because I don't want Rabiot. Yeah. If he wants 8 million, he can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But with Douglas Luiz, once it gets official, I hope they close the deal with Coop Miners too. And I hope he does a good job with Juve, because as we noticed with Atalanta, usually when they change teams, because they're stuck with the Gasperini procedure, it's kind of, when they move on the other team, it's kind of different. But I still want him, and I hope he does good under Motta and with Juventus. So, because it seems like he wants Juventus, like everybody wants Juventus. So, and let's hope we see a good midfield, because that's our problem for the last, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years. We always said that we want the midfield, but last year they did, that's in the last 3 years by getting Pogba. For me, I always said it was a big mistake getting Pogba, because we've seen his injuries with Manchester United. Now he came, unfortunately he did that cagada with the doping, which I met Pogba at Los Angeles, because I went with the Juventus Club of North America to see Juventus, which he was nice to me, but he didn't want to do any pitches, Pogba. As we all know, Pogba, he's kind of a little big shot in his ways, but he was nice. He said hi to me. But then when you hear these things that he did doping, I hope we don't get, because what I'm seeing, they're getting new players and no more like I say, minestra riscaldata, leftovers. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. The only thing that I'm pissed off moving forward with the Mercado, I hope they don't get Morata, but it seems like they're getting back for the 3rd time, so I don't know.
Let's see
with
what's
the
happening.
Midfield.
Yeah,
sorry. With the midfield, I'm happy what they're doing. Then with the other moves as well, like they did Royer and company. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and talking about you mentioned Adrian Rabiot, we could still make use of the Decreto Crescita to pay him a lot of money, but 1 out of 5 seasons he was real good, but the 4 seasons he was really, really bad, and I saw more from Fagioli the 2 last games than I see all season with Rabiot. So you're with me that's getting rid of him.
Yes, well, for me, Rabiot, he just had one good year, which was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Then last like this season, not that great. I wasn't really a big fan of Rabiot. By him expecting 8 million, I'm sorry, he's not worth 8 million. So we'll see what happens, because apparently they're trying to get Kefren Turam, which I'm hearing even if Rabiot stays, they'll still get Kefren Turam. But we'll see. If he stays, I'm not going to cry about it, as long as he does his job. Then if he leaves, good on us. Then we can move on with their new players. So, because I'm always waiting to see new faces, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's quite particular the case with Rabiot, because he was Allegri was fond of Rabiot, but he played with just one season good under Allegri, and we see Rabiot now with France in the Euros. He's really good, so he maybe can get back to the from two seasons ago under Thiago Motta.
Maybe if he stays, I don't know. I watched a little bit France. Yeah, he played good, but not. He doesn't really excite me. And plus, I don't know about you, France. Yes, Griezmann played well, but in general, the last two games they were pretty boring. Like they have good quality, but like I said, if he stays, maybe with under Thiago Motta, they were teammates. He could do a good job. Then plus with this new entry, maybe we'll see a different Rabiot if he stays.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you say about the situation for Federico Chiesa? Just 1 year left of the contract, and it's a lot of calcio stuff around him right now. As Roma, Napoli, Bayern Munich, Manchester United, like a swap deal for Greenwood or Sancho. It's a lot of stuff around him. What do you say about the situation?
Well, for me, the situation, I do love Chiesa. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's kind of hard for me to see him leave. But when I'm hearing that he wants more, then he was in talks with Roma and Napoli, as you mentioned. Then apparently I'm hearing that if he leaves, he wants to go outside of Italy. Then I don't know if Bayern. I heard that too. There has been rumors and talks with Bayern. But for me, if he wants to stay, he has to stay for 1 year, that 5 million whatsoever. Then prove me wrong at the end, because with his injuries whatsoever. Because even the last game with the Azzurri with Spain, he did not play well. No. I'm sorry. So for me, either he stays for a year, or hey, there's the door. If you're not satisfied, leave. Then we know that Motta doesn't want him because he wants a different kind of player. So that's another thing too. So let's wait and see. Like if he stays, I'll be happy as long as he behaves. But if you're expecting more, I'm sorry, he's not worth 7-8 million. You have to prove me wrong. And we see with the Azzurri, Benya, he was phenomenal. Then with the Azzurri, I don't know what happened with Spalletti. He wasn't really good, and the fans were booing him when he was on the bench. So I hope he proves me wrong against Croatia. Then if we go on the next rounds, then we'll see if he stays, and we'll see what the option is.
Yeah, what do you say about the potential swap deal for Greenwood or Sancho?
Greenwood, Sancho. To be honest, I don't want Greenwood because I don't like the situation where I'm hearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because with his personal life. But Sancho would be great. But what I've been hearing, maybe we might not get Greenwood because they were saying recently Juventus wasn't interested. So, but we have to see with Sancho because we had a chance on January, but then Allegri did not want him apparently. Now we want him, but it's going to be more. So we'll see if Giuntoli can make the magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a particular situation around Sancho. As you said, we could get him in January, and now I think Manchester United want him gone because they are Ten Hag still there, and he's not working with him, and he's quite expensive, so they want to get rid of him, but we can't pay that salary.
I know, that's the thing. We'll see. I hope because we're still under investigation with the FGG. We cannot spend a lot of money before 2025. So let's hope we start spending money and see a beautiful Juventus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What do you say about the situation in the back? We are green light on the Michele De Gregorio deal, and we're trying to get rid of Wojciech Szczesny. What do you think about that?
To be honest with you, I don't mind the idea. It's a good idea that we get De Gregorio. But Szczesny, it's about time for him to leave. I know a lot of Juve fans want him, but if we can sell him to Dubai, which I heard just recent right now from Romeo Agresti, that he's saying that there might be another agreement with him. Just get rid of him, because he's at that age too. Like, he is a champ. He did a lot for Juve. I don't deny it. But for me, I want to see new faces, and if they're willing to put blood with her shirt, especially De Gregorio is Italian, why not? I always wanted Donnarumma, but I don't think Juventus have the money for Donnarumma at this moment. But I'll be happy to see De Gregorio, because that was a player that Motta wants. And let's wait and see. I know most fans are saying, "Oh, we're being cheap. This is not good. They're doing a bad choice." Then they're already criticizing Giuntoli and whatsoever, guys. Yeah, you have been criticizing Allegri for 3 years, and we haven't done nothing. Now let Giuntoli do his job, and we will see a beautiful Juventus. Let's be patient, per favor, and let's move on.
Yeah, we see a much younger goalkeeper, much cheaper goalkeeper in salary-wise, and we see he was voted to the best goalkeeper in Serie A this season. So it's a upgrade, I think, to get him now with just 1 year left on the contract for Szczesny too.
So let's wait and see. I hope we get Donnarumma, a guy with experience. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him from the prison in PSG. We're talking about Marco Verratti for 100 of years, I think, but he's still we're still in PSG. Then he left for Saudi Arabia, I think. So I don't know if we can get Donnarumma from there.
I know. We'll see. Yeah. It's a dream, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you think about if we're talking about the defense more, it was a hype for Riccardo Calafiori, and then we see I listen to a lot of Swedish podcasts or about football, and they're talking about the Riccardo Calafiori. It's just a hype, the season from Bologna, and he got the long hair with look like Nesta or Maldini or such, but then
Maldini.
And then he does a own goal, and the hype is gone. But we are looking at Bologna, we're looking at Calafiori. We know that it's more in the background, so we know it's a great player and he has great potential. What do you think do you think he's coming to Juventus?
You know what? I really want Calafiori at Juventus. Yes, I got mad at him with the Azzurri, but it's not his fault. If you look at it, the own goal, it's not his fault. But we have to give Calafiori credit because he's 25 years old, first time in the Azzurri. He's doing a good job. I know Bologna, as always in Italy, they always try to charge more because 50 million, he's not worth Calafiori.
No.
Now people compare to him Cannavaro, Maldini, Nesta. He will be eventually, but let's be calm.
Yeah.
But I really want him to come because he did say that he wants Juventus. So maybe the price might drop because of his own goal, I hope. But it seems like they're trying to work on other deals, like swap deals, in order to get Calafiori. So let's hope we get him. But I think it's going to happen like the same situation with Bremer. They said they didn't want to sell Bremer, then we got him. 50 mil, but Bremer was worth it that time. If we can get 30 or, as they were saying, 25, 30, I'll be happy. Because Calafiori wants Juve. I know he had offers with Tottenham, but I don't think he's going to go to Tottenham because I see him as more Italian style that maybe in the future he might go elsewhere. So let's wait and see. Let's hope Bologna does us a favor. But knowing the owner, Saputo, he's in Canada, Montreal, it's all about money, that guy.
Yeah, yeah. And talking about the bond between Thiago Motta and Calafiori, do you think it's important for Thiago Motta's time in Juventus to get a few of his players to the squad?
Yes, I think it's good for Thiago Motta. So, because he knows those kind of players. Then, of course, the fact that he wants Rabiot because he played with him, if he ever stays, it will benefit him. But bringing Calafiori, I don't know if we're going to bring Zerski because there were rumors about Salesmaker. I don't really like Salesmaker. But if they bring Calafiori, then I don't know who else they're going to bring in Bologna. I think it will benefit Thiago Motta. So it will bring more confidence, you know. So we'll see. Hopefully people agree or disagree on that one.
Yeah, because it were rumors for Thiago Motta for a while to come to Juventus, and then we're talking about Calafiori and Joshua Zirkzee and Louis Ferguson before his ACL injury. So they were rumored to come to Juventus, and I think it was a part of Thiago Motta is coming to Juventus. So it's more natural to take players from his former team.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So we'll see what happens.
And what do you think about
hopefully for the better?
Yeah, and what do you think about the case of Bremer? I talked to quite a few guys about his playing in a 3-back and then convert now to playing with just another center back. Do you think he can manage to play with just one, or do you think he's going to play with a third in the back?
Sorry, which player?
Bremer, Gleison Bremer.
Oh, Gleison Bremer.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean with the new formation with Thiago Motta? If it's gonna be a 4-3-3 or a 3. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of missed. I don't know. We'll see, because we already seen with, like for example, Bastoni in Italy, he doesn't play well with the 4 position. Even Bremer tried with Allegri with the 4 position. I don't know. It's hard to tell. They have to do a test and see. Because I think even in Brazil, I don't think he got picked because under the coach, it's a 4 formation they have.
Yeah.
So let's wait and see. I hope he benefits. So it will benefit him in the future, you know, because it's good always to play different roles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's hope maybe Mr. Thiago Motta can bring him the magic to play a 4-3-3 Bremer. So let's wait and see.
Yeah, and if we're talking
let's hope for the...
Yeah, and if we're talking about the defense in such, if we get Calafiori, we got Bremer, we are going to extend, we have extend with Rugani with a more spread out salary. Then we have Gatti and Danilo and Giallo who didn't play much this season. Are you satisfied with that defense?
Yes, I am. Well, if we bring Calafiori, which he has the experience with the form, we've seen with Italy, even though, poor guy, that wasn't his fault, the own goal, but he did a better job than Bastoni, with that forward position. So if there's Calafiori, Gatti, hopefully he improves too. Then, of course, Danilo has the experience. I think it will benefit Bremer. So let's hope to see some beautiful action. And let's hope that Thiago Motta can find a solution, that will benefit not just Bremer, but all the players. Because the last 3 years with Allegri, the majority of the players, they were playing out of position. So let's hope Thiago Motta can put them in the right position and see some good culture finally.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I read earlier today, and I'm reading right now about two attackers who is going to leave, and maybe put them in some swap deals. I'm talking about Moise Kean, who could be going to Nice in the different direction from Kefren Turam, and I read earlier about Arek Milik, who could go in the Calafiori deal. Do you think those two swap deals is going to happen?
Funny, I posted the same thing that you posted on Twitter, on Instagram, about Milik and Keane.
Yeah.
I only hope to get rid of Keane. It's been years that we tried, but we got so unlucky to sell him. Milik, yeah, because you mentioned about Milik, because I forgot which player to swap, which is Milik to swap.
Calafiori.
If that's the case, to get Calafiori, yeah, why not? I'll be more than happy. Let's hope, like I said, even the beginning of the podcast, let's hope Giuntoli can bring the magic again. So I'm pretty sure he will make us all happy at the end of the Mercato.
Yeah, and talking about swap deals, what do you think about we're, as we said earlier, we're going to get Douglas Luiz, but we're going to send both Enzo Barrenechea and Samuel Ealing Jr. plus 25 million euros, I think. And then we're going to have 10% of the selling of both players in the future. What do you say about that deal?
To be honest, I'm really happy. If it's worth to get Douglas Luiz, why not? I know people are complaining because we're getting rid of Ealing, Barrenechea, but unfortunately, Junior. I like Ealing Jr. Don't get me wrong, but he hasn't played that much. Barrenechea, he was playing with Frosinone, so if that's the case, because even Thiago Motta said it's sad to get rid of him, but if you have to keep Douglas Luiz, why not? And it will benefit more for us in the future, I believe, because Barrenechea, even with Allegri, he hasn't played.
No.
I know he did a good performance with Frosinone, but we still have to see if he can benefit with Juve, right? So if this Douglas Luiz is the man, why not? I'll be more than happy to see the swap deal done and, and move on for the better.
Yeah, and what I'm talking about that swap deal before, it was Barrenechea, it was Weston McKennie who did who want to get more pay for both from Juventus and a high salary of Aston Villa. What do you say about McKennie's future in Juventus?
To be honest with you, I'm really pissed off with McKennie. Like, I was happy his last season with us, but what he did towards us and Aston Villa, he's a brutto cheeseburger. You know what I mean? That wasn't really good what he did, because you lost your opportunity. A team like Aston Villa, I understand that he doesn't want to go to Premier League for whatever the reason is, but then you even expect money, 7th from Juventus, and now Aston Villa doesn't want you. Now I'm hearing maybe MLS team wants him, but now you prefer to go to an MLS team, and you lost a big opportunity, Aston Villa, for more. Like, come on, you're not worth that more my opinion. You know,
No,
like
no.
if he was playing Aston Villa, maybe because it's always a Premier League. If you improve, I'm pretty sure you do a good job. Then I like Emery as a coach, the coach of Aston Villa.
Yeah.
I wish to have him at Juventus. He will improve under Emery. But no, this guy, like, he really pissed me off, to be honest with you, what he did. Like, I met him at LA. He was a nice guy whatsoever. He did good with Juventus this last season. Like, he improved. He put the heart. But come on. I know they're all mercenaries, but you want a little bit too much. Maybe we can give you more cheeseburgers, but either in that, I'm sorry. I hope he leaves. I'm sorry. Well, we'll see if Giuntoli can make a magic even on this one.
Yeah, so I think it was on Twitter or X, a picture from I think it was one of the first days when McKennie arrived to Juventus, and he sit in the restaurant with Chiellini, and he's talking about how can you eat salad without ranch dressing and such. And I saw a tweet about that now, that we should have fired him right away then.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Another swap deal that is talking about to get Tion Koopmeiners from Atalanta. We can swap Dean Huijsen. What do you think about that?
Yes. I'll be happy, to be honest, because they're waiting to get the official of Douglas Lewis, what I'm hearing. So then they can try to close the deal. Hopefully by next week we have some good news with Koopmeiners. So, like I said at the beginning, he's a good player. I hope he'll benefit us, because as we've seen in the past with Atalanta players, once they leave the Gasperini effect, we don't see them performing well. But I hope Koopmeiners under Thiago Motta will do a wonderful job, and I hope you get him. Because even with Hussein, he's a good player, but then, once again, under Allegri, he did not perform because Allegri likes the vecchietti, the old players, unfortunately. And we seen he did a good job with Roma. If that's the case, if we have to get Koopmeiners, why not? I'll be more than happy.
Yeah, and talking about make a deal for another Serie team, we're agreeing on a deal with, according to Nicola Chira, Giovanni Di Lorenzo from Napoli, a 31-year-old wing back, a contract for 5 seasons. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea. Because even his performance with the Azzurri, a lot of people weren't happy. Me personally, I wasn't happy. A 5-year it is, if we do get him. Lorenzo?
Yeah, 4 or 5, I think. 2028 or 29.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hit or miss. I hope we have another option.
Yeah, because
for me, it's a lot. 5 years, and he's 31 years old. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And we have to get like a leader because we don't have the senators left in the squad, and if we go into get rid of Szczesny, we don't have the older guys in the troop, but Giovanni Di Lorenzo isn't the leader we're searching for.
Isn't? Oh,
I don't think so.
No, same here. That's what I'm saying. We need another leader.
Yeah.
If we're looking for another defender, not Di Lorenzo. Come on. Yes, he did good with Napoli, even the last time with the Euro 2021, with the Azzurri, but I don't see him that exactly leader, no. I hope they find somebody else, because of course we gotta find somebody in the future for Danilo, because who knows how long Danilo's gonna stay.
Yeah, exactly. And if we go into to have 2 center backs under Thiago Motta, and we have Bremer and Calafiori, it's not a place for Danilo. yes, he can play wingback too, but I don't think he's that good as a wingback now.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. Like I keep on saying, let's hope Giuntoli can bring the magic. So.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm pretty positive this year with the Mercado, so let's hope for the better.
Yeah, and you mentioned before you don't want to get even if we get rid of Milik and Keane, you don't want Morata back.
No, I don't want Morata back. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player. Like with Spain, he's a lion and Leone. You know. Yeah. But the last season, at least for me, last season with Juventus under Allegri, he wasn't playing good. With Pirlo, yes. But to get a player for the third time, come on. For me, it's too much. I know he's a Juventino. He probably will come for less money. Let's get somebody else. Maybe Griezmann, or maybe Retegui. I know Retegui, it's expensive. Jersky, it's expensive. Find somebody else. We got so many players. Why we have to bring Morata? Like, seriously. I don't know. That's just me. I know a lot of Juventini, my friends, attack me when I say this, but I'm not changing my mind. I'm not changing my mind. I know I'm that type of guy that don't want leftovers. It's true. If he didn't have the option with Thiago Motta, I wouldn't mind having Conte, because I like Conte whatsoever. I know people say, oh, you want a Conte, he's a leftover, you don't want Morata. Well, that's a different thing. Conte, I like him because he's like me. He has the grinta whatsoever. If there was no option, of course I want Conte. You know. Yeah. But I'm happy that we have Thiago Motta. But with Morata, please, man, let's get rid of these ministers, Scaldade. So, yeah.
But if you have if we get rid of Keane and Milik, we don't have a center forward as a backup to Dusan Vlahovic. Do you want like Xerxes, or what do you want?
What do I want?
A backup for...
I wouldn't mind a backup for Vlahovic.
Exactly.
I don't know about Zuska. I wouldn't mind Griezmann if we can get a good deal.
Yeah, and he can leave for like cheap, I think.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I don't mind Zuski too, but Zuski, we're talking about money because they want money.
Yeah, and his agent wants 15 million euros for the deal.
Yeah, I know. But Griezmann is an option. There's so many players, but I don't have in my head. I know I kind of said through my friends, even through my videos, Icardi, but I don't know if Icardi will be an option. I know his name always comes up, but it will never happen. So we'll see. Or maybe there might be a player that we don't know, Giuntoli, because like what he did with Napoli. He brought in players that we did not know. They did a good job. So let's wait and see.
Yeah, and talking about the attackers or wingers, what do you say about Matthias Solé?
Matthias Solé? I don't know. He's a good player. I know Motta kind of wanted him. So I don't know if he's still on sale or not. But if he stays, I wouldn't mind because Motta likes him. So let's give the guy another chance. But I don't know if they're going to sell him or not. If they don't sell him, I'll be happy if he stays. Because he has the Grinta, the Argentina Grinta. With Frosinone, he did well. So we'll see if he can bring back that energy in Juventus if he stays.
Yeah, I'm talking about the younger ones. We have two players who's playing on the midfield this last season, but didn't play that much. Fabio Meretti and Hans Nicolas Caviglia. Do you think those are going to stay, or do you think they're going to go out on loan?
I think Meretti might go on loan. I don't mind the Miretti. Like he does mistakes, yes, but you can tell the kid has grinta. He has the passion, He always tries to find his way. Poor guy, he had so much opportunities, but once he missed a ball, once he does a mistake. So Nicolas Cavilla, I don't know. I hope he stays. I do like him, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, under Allegri, he didn't play that much. But that little bit that he played good. So, we have to give more opportunities to these young Italian talents, because we've seen with Spain, the national team, they had that young kid, 16 years old. And in Italy, we still have this old school mentality. We cannot bring these young talents. Yeah. We have a lot of good young talents, even in Serie B. Like that, let's bring them on. Let's bring them in the national team. You know what I mean? Like, we have talent. But unfortunately, with our system that is corrupt and they're too old school, which it's always been like this in Italy, unfortunately, they're too scared to put in the young players. So let's wait and see. Hopefully they change in the future.
And what do you say about Manuel Locatelli's season or time in Juventus as such?
Locatelli, I don't know. Like, I was happy that we got him, but this last year he really pissed me off. I don't know, because if it's under Allegri or if he's in a bad position, we just seen that he hasn't been called the national team. But if you think about it, maybe if we put him instead of Jorginho, maybe he might make a difference. But I don't know. Maybe he will stay for another year. Maybe it will make a difference under Thiago Motta, because I don't know. He kind of put me down this last year, And then these years with Juventus, he only scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
He got unlucky too. Don't get me wrong. He tries, because you can tell he's a Juventino. He puts his heart out. So let's wait and see. Let's hope to see a better Locatelli, because we've seen a better Locatelli the last year of him. I saw Sassuolo for a good season, but let's see if he stays. I think he will stay for another year. Thiago Motta can bring the Rio Locatelli that everybody's looking forward to.
And talking about we don't have to talk about Matteo De Chilio. It's a waste of time, I think. but
it's a waste of time.
Yeah. And we save a lot of money that get rid of Alexandro. He is free of contract now, and Paul Pogba's contract is going to get broken too. But what do you say about two of the wingers in Timothy Weah and Filip Kostic?
Timothy Weah, Phil Kostic. Well, Weah, I don't know. Is he going to stay? I'm hearing a lot about Weah.
Yeah, I'm reading both.
With Kostic. Oh, both. So even Kostic, is he staying? Because some were saying that he's leaving. Like, I wouldn't mind him leaving, because Kostic is last year, non va bene, wasn't really too happy. Like, really bad performance this year. Same with Serbia. Before he got injured, he wasn't playing good, so not too happy. I hope that they get rid of him, maybe we can bring somebody else. Then Weah, if he stays, let's hope he does good, because Weah, he did a good performance with the national team, but with Juventus, not too good.
No.
Maybe he was off position, I don't know, but he was really poor the last games of Juventus.
Yeah, and talk about the more of the future. We have a potential new number 10 in Kenan Yildiz. What do you say about his future in Juventus?
Kenan Yildiz, I hope we see him play a lot, this season, because I'm watching right now Turkey, Portugal. Even with Turkey, the last game, he's really good. Like, he has talent, and even those last minutes he played with Juventus, he can be our future number 10 for sure. Of course, he has to earn it, but I can see a lot of potential. There's a goal right now Oh, from Portugal, unfortunately. Oh, well. I thought it was Ildic, but I got confused. But Ildic, he's a great talent. I like him. And plus, he likes De Piero. He acts like De Piero when he scores, so I really want him to stay. I know a lot of clubs who want him, but if they want him in the future, they got to sell. But I want him to stay for a very long time at Juventus. So let's wait and see. Because he can be our new future. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. And we get rid of Caio Jorge already to Cruzeiro, so it's a little bit of money there to put in the Mercato.
Yeah.
But if we were talking about outside the squad and outside the players, we got an announcement from Giorgio Chiellini that he's going not back to Juventus but back to Turin in September, and he's talking about he has ambassador contract with Juventus. But do you see him in the boardroom or like a director in Juventus?
You know what? I'll be happy to see as in the boardroom because he is smart. He has university and stuff like that. I had the honor to meet him because he was here in Vancouver with LA, and we were with the Juventus Club of Vancouver. He's a great guy, very respectful person, and we all know he's a true Juventino. He did say in the future he wanted to work as in the office whatsoever. So I think he can do good, and it will benefit us in the future. So if we have somebody like him that as a player, has a heart, and hoping that he can do really good, because we need somebody like that in Juventus, so, we can see some beautiful things in the future. That will be perfect, in my opinion. So it'll be a good deal to see the legend Chiellini.
Yeah, and do you want to and do you think we're going to see Alessandro Del Piero back in the club?
Alessandro Del Piero, he's my idol. I want him, but let's hope he does. We have to wait and see. Is he gonna come? I don't know. Maybe he's waiting to see some good things in Juventus. I hope he does. I do. I really do hope. Not as a coach, but, maybe a vice president or maybe a role like Nedved.
Yeah.
I hope he really does because, like I said, he was born the same day as me. He's one of the reasons that I love Juventus with Vialli, Ravenelli that time. Of course, Roberto Baggio. So that will be, I'll be opening up bottles of champagne everywhere if that happens. So, yeah, that will be a big dream for me.
And if we look further down in the club, we see Massimo Brambilla left the next gen team, and it's going to be Paulo Montero for the new coach, and he's left the Primavera team then, and Francesco Magnanelli is going to take over it. What do you say about those two names in the more youth team of Juventus?
Well, starting off with Montero, I'm really happy for him. And I think he will do a very good job. Even though these two last games, it's unfortunate. I hope I would have seen him more. But he does put the grinta and the heart and the energy. It seems like he will be the right coach with this young team. To be the actual coach like the Juventus, so early, because when we see those two games, poor guy, he almost had a heart attack, So, but to see him with the U21, correct?
Yeah.
It will be good for him. So it will be good for him in the future, coaching. Maybe we might see him in the future. But Montero, I really like him. But the other coach, I don't know him too much, so I can't judge. But I'm pretty sure I have to hope for the better for him, because I don't like to say anything if I don't know the coach or the player, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, and do you trust, if we're talking about the not a new one, but the newest sporting director, the direttore sportivo in Cristiano Giuntoli. We see he's taken his men in now. We see Pompilio is official, and soon we're going to see Stefanelli too. So he's bringing his staff in. Do you trust the process, and do you trust Giuntoli to make his time in Juventus great?
Well, the last year we didn't have a good mercado, but the big mercado that we had was to get Cristiano Giuntoli.
Yeah.
Do I have trust in Giuntoli? Yes, because of course this season, starting from last season, starting from last September, he couldn't do much because he was just started. But the good thing is he got rid of most of the players, and he had to follow Elkan's steps. But now that he's having his team with him, and what are we seeing right now, that the mercado is not even starting, plus he's a Juventino, as he said, I think he will do good because he did good with Napoli. And he's putting his heart with Juventus. Now, on January, I know everybody complained about him because he didn't bring the players that Allegri wanted. And I even said on my videos that he had already new ideas for the future whatsoever. Now, people can criticize him by calling him, because I hear a lot of fans calling him a fraud or whatsoever. No, he did the right choice because we heard Allegri wanted Cruz. He wanted Phillips. But, of course, the club couldn't spend that kind of money. And that's why he brought Akareps. Now, like we have noticed, there was issues between Allegri and Giuntoli. Then they had we've seen at the end of the Coppa Italia what happened. So now he brought in Thiago Motta because he wanted Thiago Motta, and now he's working on like we seen with the Douglas deal. The Canada did not work out, so you found another solution, and we still got we're still getting hopefully soon Douglas Lewis. So for me, with Stefanelli and his other partner, as you mentioned, I think Giuntoli is going to do really good. So we just have to be patient because it's been 1 year. And I think this year, finishing off next season, he's going to do a wonderful job. So let's believe in Giuntoli. Giuntoli per sempre.
And to finish this episode off, what do you think about the future of the club with the Agnelli family? We don't have Andrea Agnelli as a president anymore, but we have John Elkann, the cousin and the CEO of Exor, hovering over Juventus still. What do you say about the Agnelli family and the future of the club?
Okay, with the Agnelli family, we can never let that go. Starting from the oldest of the Agnelli family, then finishing off with Andrea Agnelli. I know Andrea Agnelli the last 3 years, he didn't do a wonderful job, by getting rid of Marotta, by keeping Paratici, then going against the FGG whatsoever. I know I was one of them, not happy with Agnelli the last 3 years. But we can see now, Elkann, I'm sorry, he's not the guy for Juventus. Yes, we can all say that he's bringing the money, but, he doesn't really care, in my opinion, about Juventus. We've seen in 2006, he was one of the guys that just to clean his hands, brought us to Serie B. Last year, he want to benefit the FGG for us to, not agree with the Super League. And, because he always tried to make things calm. Agnelli, he's more Juventino. Now, the fact that Agnelli is winning the case, which it is surprising,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure we'll see him back. Like, for me, honestly, I would like to see like a Michel Platini in the future. I like a president like Florentino Perez because we need somebody like that in Juventus. I know a lot of people defend Elkann, but let's be honest here. Elkann, he even sued his own mother.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? The guy, it's all about money. Like, he doesn't care about Juventus. I know there's beef between the cousins. You know, Agnelli wasn't even at the 100-year anniversary of Juventus. That is bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you bring in Conte just to, you know, piss off Agnelli. I know Agnelli, Conte, now they made peace. But Agnelli is the type of guy, he doesn't keep his mouth shut, and, you know, he's fighting what he wants. And I'm hoping in the future El Cancel's, even if Agnelli comes, they can bring another sponsor, maybe Amazon, they were saying, or the Saudi, whoever, or somebody, like we say in Italian, con le palle, with the balls.
Yeah.
Like Florentino Perez. I know he's a mafioso, but I like his style because he gets what he wants. And, you know, because I want to win more Champions League. I know we're unlucky with Champions League, but, well, I hope to see better. Because for me, I don't know about you, Frederick, Elkan is not our guy. And let's hope he sells the club in the future, and let's hope we see somebody brand new and a better management, because Ferrero, Escanavillo, those are not the guys for Juventus. Ferrero is good selling chocolates. Let's be honest. They're good business-wise, but they're not actually presidents. You know what I mean? So let's wait and see. I'm being positive for the future. I'm a little bit negative sometimes, but recently I've been positive. So let's make the magic happen. You know, I think.
Yeah, and a great way to finish this off, and lots of thanks, Rino, for making this episode come true.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Like, for me, it's an honor. I was surprised when you texted me, you know, but it is a great honor for me to join you. Hopefully, we can do this again in the future.
Yeah, of course. I more of the international guests now. I still do the Swedish ones, but more and more international, and it's fun to talk about the club of our lives in a different part of the world. So this time was Canada, and I have make all over the world now. So it's great for me to talk to people all over the world.
That's good for you. Keep it up the work. I hope you bring more guests all over the world, so that will bring our beloved Juventus still alive, even though we're the most hated club. But guess what? We're the best in Italy, and nobody can deny that.
Exactly.
Forza Juve, fino alla fine.
Forza Juve, and a lot of thanks, Rino.
Yeah, thank you as well, and thank you everyone, and like and subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, well. Exactly. I just go to follow his YouTube channel and Instagram, and you got Twitter too. So just follow him for this his publishment.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, my friend.
Yeah. Have a good one, and ciao.
Ciao. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.